She dated me. r/AskReddit by online comps. What did the popular kid at your school do to go from cool to an absolute outcast? He got drunk and killed a family of 4 in a car accident. That's so dark. Killed an infant in a car accident, completely shut down during senior year, wouldn't talk to anybody anymore. Crack. He and his couple friends started smoking crack senior year of high school. They got quarantined to themselves. Ran into one of them a couple weeks ago. He kept trying to get me back to their apartment to do meth. Well, at least he's off the crack. Most popular kid in my middle school was this big Samoan dude. Looked like he was 13 going on 25 years old. I remember he gained a lot of popularity when he serenaded this girl in class to ask her to the dance. He had music playing on his iPhone and he started belting out love songs while on bended knee. Later on that year he went from hero to zero when we found out he'd been molesting his sister. Sent his girlfriend's naked pics to the whole school. Wow, what a scumbag. The worst part of it was the excuse he gave. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to send it to everyone. Just a couple guys from the basketball team. He ended up switching schools. Accidentally left a video of himself sticking stuff up his ass on a phone that he sold to another student. I never saw him again after that. Plot twist, he was just trying to hook a brother up and it backfired. He was popular because he was a rebel that talked back to teachers and insulted them openly. He became an outcast because he made the teacher everyone loved cry. Killed 2 university students while drunk driving. And then complained because she wouldn't be able to go to the bar and get drunk on her 18th birthday. He hooked up with 2 of his friends' girlfriends. They ditched him after that. Edit. People are asking why the girls went along with it. This was high school and there was a lot of partying and alcohol. No excuses, but for a lot of people, it was their first time getting drunk and completely wasted. Edit 2. One guy dumped his girlfriend for cheating, but the other one didn't. I guess it was because she was his first love and childhood sweetheart, so he forgave her. This kid in middle school used to talk shit to everyone. He had nice stuff his parents got him and everyone thought he was tough and could fight until one day he started on a special needs kid. Nobody had ever actually seen the popular kid fight. He just was excellent at intimidation. Now a lot of the special needs kids in my area weren't just students who were mentally challenged, but had overall learning disabilities. Many of those kids came from very tough homes, and the special needs kid who the popular kid messed with was an absolute savage. He grew up in a pretty tough part of town, but was really a gentle giant. He could play football, he was muscular, he could do everything the regular students could do except speak properly, a minor speech impediment. The popular kid challenged him to a one-on-one fight and got his ass kicked by the special needs kid. I'm talking blood everywhere, his clothes got ripped, one of his sneakers landed like 10 feet away, and to top it all off he even tried running away after the first few punches. The special needs kid grabbed him and pulled him back. It was a massacre. The popular kid not only lost all of his influence, but didn't even have the guts to come back to school for like a week. If I ever saw instant karma, it would have had to have been on this day, because he was quiet as a mouse the rest of the years through high school. She tried to manipulate all her friends and pit them against each other with a bunch of catty lies. Well, that in combination with wearing her pageant sash and crown to school for like a week. All girls school. There was a guy that was pretty popular. He got really drunk at a party and totally didn't know where he was. He pulled down his pants, squatted and totally started to poop. He moved away immediately. He was a senior and I was in 8th grade. That was well over 25 years ago. Well, he friended me on Facebook a couple months ago and I kinda recognized him. I racked my brain and it came to me, the guy who pooped at the party. Poor guy. I mean, is nobody else going to say it? No? Alright. Jeez, what a party pooper. Cool twin brothers from my HS drove home intoxicated from a football game, crossed a double yellow and smashed head on into a car coming in the opposite direction, killing the other 2 occupants almost instantly. The brother not driving was severely injured and is currently still slightly mentally disabled. The brother driving came away with relatively minor injuries. Somehow he got away with no charges filed, probably on account of his lawyer father. He was also on one of our more successful teams, so when he returned to school a couple of weeks later they announced it during a school assembly, basically celebrating his return and congratulating him on a speedy recovery. Some of his friends started applauding, but pretty much everyone else ostracized him from that point on, given the fact that he killed 2 people. Well, the popular girl at my school tried to ruin the life of a really sweet girl because of boyfriend drama. When she realized people were standing up for the sweet girl instead, she lost her mind, accusing the other girl and her boyfriend of property damage, turning on anyone who didn't swear loyalty to her, turning people against one another, screaming at teachers. It was a mess. The nail in the coffin was when she confided to me and to others that she was planning to put laxatives in the pastries she baked for the class. Obviously I let people know, and she became completely ostracized. She left at the end of junior year, and senior year was the most chill year ever. I don't blame you for letting people know. You can't let that shit slide. He seduced a quiet girl in school. She was really soft spoken but super nice to everyone. Basically everyone's little sister. She was absolutely beloved by everyone in her year, and he was a year older. He was her first love, and he fucked her once, took her virginity, and then essentially abandoned her. She was devastated by it, and it broke her for the rest of the time she was at school. She went right into her shell and barely spoke to anyone. When he started bragging about what he did, everyone hated him. He even got beat up a few times because people were so angry at what he did. That really is messed up, but it's so wholesome that your school came together to stand up for this girl. There was a popular cheerleader at my school that was in a bad car wreck and she suffered severe brain damage. The day she came back, some of her friends, aka the popular kids, sat with her at lunch. Every day after that though, they sat on the other side of the cafeteria in their normal spot, and she was with the other special needs students. They would walk past her without saying a word. As far as everyone knew, her entire group of friends completely abandoned her. I don't think she missed them though, so silver lining, she seemed to be very happy most of the time after the accident. Not so much before. This was in the mid-late 80s, and every teen movie with a bunch of shitty preppies pretty much accurately depicts the popular kids in my HS. Robbie was a big huge ducking bully. I used to play football with him, watched a coach go full ducking psycho on him, literally kicking him in the ass all the way off the field because he spit on a player. And the goddamned gall of it just sent the coach into a ducking rage, and Robbie mocked him the whole way off the field. But when that kid hit you, it was like a ducking freight train. He was always very dumb and angry and ducking rabid. He teased everyone for everything, yet somehow remained pretty popular in the upper echelon because he hit like a beast and won football games. Then one day, it was so ducking weird. He came to school in a sweater with a Nunaround button down underneath. He usually came to school in torn shirts and basketball shorts and was generally a disheveled mess. He had an older brother Ronnie who never looked like any of that, so we knew he wasn't poor. He was just being Robbie. So this was a big deal, and it was bizarre. And when people asked him what was up with it, he would just say, "I'm gay now." It was so fucking strange. He did not lose any intensity, but he kept saying, like, "I'm gay now. I like boys, okay? And I want a boyfriend. You wanna geo out?" I saw him get genuinely upset with people laughing at him. He'd just scream, "It's not a joke. I'm fucking gay, you assholes." Nobody knew what to do with it. We were a country school. We had a gay kid. A kid Robbie had bullied. Now Robbie was trying to hang out with him. Nobody wanted to touch that fucking weirdness with a 10-foot pole. We figured best case scenario the dude had lost a bet. But then he did it the next day, and the next. For months he kept dressing a Robbie version of Preppy and proclaiming his gayness. Pretty sure he got an earring at some point. If I remember correctly, he later recanted all of this and screamed down anyone that brought it up. Maybe it was a legit attempt to come out, but he just Robbied the whole thing up until it was unpalatable. He's in prison now. She dated me. We were in speech and debate together. Both did impromptu, and we would give each other random quotes and stupid cartoons to practice with. Spent a lot of time together because of it. We dated for about 2 days before people mocked her for it, and she bailed on me hard to keep her social status. She never socially recovered from the sin of liking one of the nerds. Thing is though, she then lost all her nerd friends too. That's a hard F. Semi-popular, kinda preppy kid. Tried to kill his parents by pouring vodka around their bed at night and setting it on fire because they took his CDs away. Girl in my middle school was really popular, but she was also super nice. I was a total outcast with a lot of problems, but she was the only person who ever treated me like a normal human being. She came out as bisexual and got bullied so badly she had to move schools. I hope this was many years ago. It would have been about 12 or 13 years ago. He got drunk and finger banged a sheep at an outdoor party. He spent the next 3 years as the sheep fucker. Edit. Everyone assumes he was Welsh or from New Zealand. This was upstate New York. You build hundreds of bridges throughout your life and nobody calls you a bridge builder. But you fuck one goat. Please like this video if you enjoyed, subscribe and hit the bell icon if you want more videos like this. Comment and this dog and puppy will have a good life. Thanks for watching. Check out my other videos and don't forget to smile.